Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of Long Time Good Time. Me and Abrisha just about to talk about the bear. I got her to start watching, and then
Hmm.
she zoomed right past me, which she always I already knew that was gonna happen.
I'm a night
Cause
owl. I be up.
I'm just not a binger. I purposefully like to separate time in between episodes. So even when it's good, I force myself to not like knock it all out at once. That's so I already
I
knew
like
you was gonna
complete
go past me.
stories. Yeah, I like complete stories, and so i.e. why I usually prefer movies over TV shows because I don't like stuff to be broken up into. I Most of the TV shows I like, they're like there's a new story each episode. Like a
Hmm.
hospital show or something. But like the
Yeah.
stories where like the shows where like the story like lingers on through the episodes, I be struggling. I do.
So Abrisha finished 4 seasons. I finished 3. So we're getting close to the end, but we're not really gonna do like a recap or spoiler, but we just gonna kind of talk in general because the bear, at least for me, was really big in the cultural zeitgeist as far as people talking about it. I've always
Hmm.
heard how good it was. I heard references to it.
Hmm.
Didn't obviously I didn't get on it, but I finally got on that, forced myself to watch it, was so impacted that I started telling everybody and trying to get them to watch it. Because I found out
He
nobody in
became
my
a bear
circle.
disciple.
I
The bear
was
disciple. He's like, you have to watch the show.
my coworker. She got me, and actually, no, like I said, I forced my. I asked her because I'm a type of person that watch the same stuff over and over, and I was like in the mental funk, and I was like, I gotta watch something new. Here's the list. Pick a show out of this list and I'll do it. She said the bear, so went with the bear, and yeah, I became a disciple after that. But yeah, nobody in my circle watched it. I haven't talked to one
I
person.
was definitely interested in it when it first came out, but that was also at the time where I was getting rid of like my cable, my subscriptions and
Yeah.
all that stuff like that. So I didn't miss it, but I remember at the initial premiere of the show and thinking like, oh, that's gonna be something nice. That was right up my alley. But yeah, I just never got to it, so it's just not
I
good.
didn't even know it was in Chicago till years later. Like it's just a lot of shows that are just because I watch a lot of movie TV news. So it's just certain shows that are always going to be in the peripheral that I hear about as
Right.
level TV, but I don't always get to them. So anyway, we liked it enough to pod about it. So we just
Hmm.
wanted to talk about why did you like the bear so much, and I'll talk about why I like this.
So first off, I think I mentioned this to you. The diversity of the opening sequence of each episode, the playlist, fire.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think I even heard some Ethiopian jazz. I was like, what? Okay, I see. I going across the diaspora, getting a little music from here and there. All right, I like it. It's very rare for me to hear like multiple songs from my playlist because everybody knows my playlist is like very worldly. It's all over the place. I got stuff from China, from Asia, from Europe. I listen to Womp and all. Like, I got stuff from everywhere. So do you hear at least 2 or 3 songs similar to my playlist at different openings? I was like, okay, they're really doing something and really doing some good digging for music. Another thing that I appreciated was the chaotic dialogue and overtalk because I
Yeah.
feel like so many times TV shows always act like people are like, I talk, okay, now you talk, okay, now I talk, okay, now you talk. I'm like, especially the fact that this was a family-based show. I was like, no family operates like that. And Terry has been over my house for my daughter's birthday, family gatherings. Like it's chaos. People are talking at the same time. People are no, 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 hold on, no,
Yeah.
like it's. I felt like their way of dialoguing and over talking and felt so very organic to real life as far as when they're like having these heightened discussions and stuff like that. And then I also really appreciated the very cinematic episodes. There are episodes where there's like no dialogue, and it's just like these intense moments in the kitchens and cutaways and pictures and art and ingredients and espresso machines and you know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying like
It gives it
it
life.
It gives you a life and some diversity into what you are consuming. And as a person who's a creative myself, I love that because it kind of reminded me of like how we process as creatives. You know, the stuff that we see that then makes us think of a dance move or a choreography or a film or whatever we're working on. You know, how we take in life and then it motivates, you know, something. So I really enjoyed those kind of cinematic episodes. I haven't been that excited about like camera angles and catching stuff and sound effects and stuff like that since the very simple one, but If Beale Street Could Talk. That was another movie that I watched that really played with angles and, you know, even if it's just like the sweat dripping off of somebody's jaw or something, you know, like I love artsy fartsy stuff. So I really appreciated that. And then I love the silent complexities too when they're interacting with each other as family members, or the angst of wanting to say something, or even the pause of giving people silence because you know you got something to say to them, but you just know that this ain't the moment. Or they did a really beautiful job with creating like these you kind of fall in love with each character, you know, and they did a good job of having diverse personalities and showing it well. It wasn't like, oh yeah, he's the cynical friend and he's the comedic friend and he's the, you know, everybody had complexities enough that you knew that that's just Richie and that's just Sid. And it's not like, oh yeah, she's the such and such friend, or, you know, there was no those labels that you always see TV shows try to hit. You understood that the personalities were just like that because that was just the character and that was just the personality of the person that they, you know. I appreciated that. And also, as a person who hates that people feel like there's got to be like romance and everything, I love that there's not that many love stories. I know that sounds crazy, but I love that the focus is not on relationships. There are relationship storylines, but I love that that's not like the you know,
that's not the main
what's closing out the finale is that somebody and somebody, you know. I love that it's like a side cap in the episodes. Really appreciate that. Chef's kiss.
No,
but yeah, those are some of the main right. Those are the main things I like about the show.
Yeah, what caught me immediately, which I think is most people that like The Bear, the first episode gives you a chaotic rhythm right away. And while I enjoy that, like I wouldn't want to watch I'm blanking, Marty Supreme, or what is it? No, it's not Righteous Jim. What is the one with Adam Sandler? I don't know if you saw that. Is it Righteous Gems?
Something Gems. It's something Gems.
Yeah, I don't
that movie had me. I'd lost at least 7 hairs in that movie. I think I pulled some hair out watching that movie. Yeah. So
while I like the chaotic nature, I wouldn't want to watch.
I think is what it's called. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to watch 8 episodes of that. So it pulls you in, but then it says, hey, we got more than that. It's not going to be this, you know, pedal to the metal all the time. So that blend of like diversity and tone really, you know, it pulls you in immediately. And it's like, you know, but we got some other stuff on this ride. So that was probably number 1. Then honestly, number 2, what really activated my mind was the business part. I don't think this matters, but I was originally a business major, but I've always enjoyed, I think everybody enjoys business now, because now everybody has a hustle or whatever.
Yeah, we're in the era of entrepreneurship.
Yeah. So I don't know if everybody likes watching it, but I loved it. Like, okay, what are we going to do with the inventory? Okay, well, now we're going to get this system together. No, we do it this way. Well, you should probably do it that way. So that part I wasn't expecting to just be like, I love this. I want to hear about the staffing. I want to hear
Mm-hmm.
about, how we create the menu. Like, are we gonna sell to these people? Well, we usually sell to. I was so in it. I was like, I want to see what happens. I want to go on the journey of how we take. It was almost kind of like a video game where it's like, all right, you starting at the level 0 with this little shack of a restaurant. Now let's see where this is gonna end up. So that
Yeah.
was fire. I really enjoyed that part. I don't know how many people love that, but I love that part. And then, yeah, like you said, it's just well made. Like, to your point, I feel like I told my coworker who got me on it, I was like, for some reason, I knew it was about cooking, but I didn't expect to see so much food. And I don't mean like here's a cute plate. I mean like pulling the meat out the freezer and putting it in the marinade and shaving it for the beef. And I was like, I don't know, it felt to me like it gave it so much life to the show. It's not us sitting in a fake restaurant with a camera. It's like this is like really happening. Like we're chopping vegetables, and I love that they put that in every episode. So.
And I'm pretty sure there's some like actual real life chef cameos and stuff in this show too.
Yeah. And the one thing is you can tell that all those shots are cutaways. Like those aren't the actors chopping and doing all that. But that's fine to me because I like the way, like you said, they insert not just the food. Sometimes they insert the city. Sometimes they insert, something going on in Chicago just to let you know, hey, this is Chicago. Hey, this is where we are. And it just gives so much breadth, I think, to the show. And then, yeah. The acting, everybody's good, and yeah, the characters, man, they well-rounded, like you said. But I like the plot too, the main plot, the idea that you are probably one of the top young elite chefs, and now you're really working against class now, because now you're back with a group of people who are blue collar, salt of the earth, and they like, man, get that fancy schmancy out of here. And so, I mean, and obviously it's Chicago, which that's where I grew up and familiar with. Me and Abrisha live together in Chicago, so you for sure got people that be in Chicago their whole lives and they don't mess with downtown restaurants or the fancy Michelin star. They like, nah, give me my Harold's and I'm good. Like,
right. I'm a balanced one. I want both. I want some hole in the wall food, and I want some, real good food.
So it was natural, or at least accurate to me, when you start off where they're, even though they know Carmi because he's family, but they're still looking at him like, all right, you think you better than, that classic, you think you better than us. And to see that clash.
And that's a Chicago attitude. I appreciated that too. Like the attitudes on the show are very much our city, because it was giving, nigga, who the fuck is you? Like, who's you? I loved it.
So character wise, and then we'll go episode wise. Are there any, well, I won't say any because we like all the characters probably, but are there a top 3 that are most impactful for you?
Oh, wow. So I will say, first off, Jamie Lee goddamn Curtis.
Yeah.
She's just a master of her own. I ain't seen nothing that she's in that I wasn't like, this woman is like it. And she's an alum for our college too, so there's that. Shout out to the graduates. Yes. Jamie Lee is an ISU.
You sure you ain't thinking of Jane Lynch?
Who am I?
The one from Glee? She's from ISU. I don't think Jamie Lee is.
You're right. They look similar to me. My bad.
I was about to say, hold up.
Either way, Jamie Lee Curtis, I've not seen anything that she's in that I don't marvel at, because all her characters have been like completely different. I think the last thing I saw her in before this was, what's the movie? Everything Everywhere All at Once, something like that weird title. Yeah,
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
She plays like the accountant or whatever, and just like doing martial arts, and then you see her play a Dee, Miss Donna. Yeah. So I loved her character. just the chaos of it, like what she breeds in everybody, because her character is not just like lived through her playing her character. You know her character also, but how people interact with just the mentioning of her within the other characters. So you don't just see Dee Dee when Dee Dee's on the screen. You see Dee Dee when like amongst the other characters. So as far as character development and their like their story, I really like Richie's development over time. And then you said 3. I know those 2 for sure stand out with me. I have some that I'm like, they're just okay. Honestly, I think those 2 are like the standouts for me. I don't know if I have a third. For me,
as far as like impact, like resonating with me, number 1 for sure is Marcus. Early
I love Marcus.
I'm such a education person at heart. At this point, I just have to accept that. So I get real excited seeing people learning and skilling up, and the fact that, and I love that it did it. I love that. I think a lesser show would have spent like half the season of Marcus along with everybody else, like, F you, we ain't changing. I love that he immediately, he was like, okay, you know, I'm with the crew, you know, F all this, but he sees like Carmi's legit. He like, dang, okay, you really might know some stuff. And instead of like, F you, like, teach me, help me, put me. And the way they hooked him up, man, and he just, man, it, and then the stuff with his mom, the stuff that, so he impacts me a lot. I love the message of that. Number 2, man, I probably would say Richie as well, because Richie is so weird. He's like wild, but he's not belligerent. He does some wild stuff, but there's like, he's quiet most of the time because you know, he doesn't really want to be that way. He just be in the way that he thinks that's his role. Like you said, he felt like he was
conscious
a character
of his circles, his social stances, like what molded him, but still wanting to change.
So he comes off initially like, hey, this is my character in this, you know, life. I have to be this guy. And then he starts to realize, okay, maybe I don't, and let me see something else. And then lastly, I'm not gonna lie, is Fact, the main Fact. I can't lie, because to me,
I forgot to mention Steve. Steve got such little roles, but that kid, every time he's on screen, I'm cracking up. That's this cousin's husband.
Oh yeah. But yes, so Fact to me grounds things really well in terms of the family, because like, I don't know personally too many Richies. Like, when you got I forgot what you call them, but basically like a person that's a found family member, adopted family member, to me they usually act more like Fact, where they are just like, hey, I'm part of the family, like, everybody. I don't know too many Richies, but I do know a lot of Facts, and you know, it's always nice to see somebody appreciate being pulled in. And I don't know, I'm not at a point yet to know if they're going to expand on the Facts, but at least right now when we see him, he's like Richie, where like, that's my adopted family, but he doesn't act like Richie. Seems entitled, like, I'm legit part of this family. Fact seems grateful. He always seems grateful that they let him be part of the stuff.
Wait, no, the Facts are actual family.
No, I'm saying, but that's kind of no. I'm saying, but the Facts, or at least the 2 main Facts, are part of, like, you know, the adopted family of the Bearzados. Like, they're real close with everybody in that family.
Maybe I missed it, but I'm pretty sure that they're actually family.
No, somehow. I know those 2. His brother, I'm just saying him and his brother are like surrogate. There we go. They're like surrogate family members with Carmi now. through Mike, of course, but they show appreciation with it. Like
Yeah.
that, I can identify with that a lot, and so I think seeing him impact. Obviously, he's a lot of comedic relief, but he wants to be helpful. He wants to reciprocate what that family gives him. So he's, they're always there to help out the family because the family loves on them. So those probably resonate the
I think
most
I
with
have
me.
my third. Okay.
You gonna say Steve?
Huh?
You gonna say Steve?
No, no. I just thought about it. Her character didn't do much for me in the earlier seasons, but who she became in seasons 3 and 4, Sugar.
Oh, yeah. I hated Sugar the first season.
I was like, I don't know where her place in all of this is, but like thinking about the person who I felt like, as I kind of started to understand her character a little more, because it was hard to grab onto her character because she was a pop in here and there, and you just you get a little whiff and then she go on, but she has more of a presence in seasons 3 and 4, and she kind of is like I resonated with her pretty much on being like the family member. It's like, even if they have a whole lot going on, that's like still checking on everybody, and the person who actually does ask you, are you okay? Like or holds you accountable to do whatever it is that needs to be done. And she had like this sweetness about her where she's like, oh, hey sweetie, hi honey, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Whatever. But she'll also cuss you the F out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, these last 2 seasons, now that I think about it, her character really grew on me too.
Yeah, she's growing on me. The first season, well, I ain't gonna go too many spoilers, but I just thought, she started off as the annoying nagging sister, and then they evolved and went deeper into it. So yeah, for sure, she has a great journey. All right, lastly, again, without going deep into the details, is there any episode that just really impacted you? For me, it's probably the one that a lot of people say because it won so many awards, but the Christmas
fridge
dinner
scene. Oh, Christmas dinner. Jesus Christ.
No, the Christmas dinner for me is impactful, obviously because it was done at an elite level, and like we say, that's when Jamie Lee Curtis comes in and shows us what was what. But it's impactful for me because they showed everybody's history and connection without having to show any scenes. Just the talking you saw, and if you've had families, because not everybody grows up with a family, but if you grew up with a family and family gatherings, it was so authentic. And if you I was talking about earlier with a surrogate family, so if I go to Abrisha's, which I have, so like the first time I'm with Abrisha's family, if I'm just walking around through the spot, I can learn the history and the connections and the dynamics because it's real conversation. And then in shows, a lot of times they overtalk or they just try to explain everything, but the Bear did it so naturally. Like, here's just how everybody interacts, and by their interactions you understand where's everybody's spot in this family. And it was great. It was great.
And they did it while still keeping their personality of each character, because I appreciated that too. And like you said, there wasn't the whole having to whisper, oh yeah, that's such and such cousin, and she's the one that had that situation when she was like, they didn't have to do any, you know what I'm saying? None of that. Like, you really picked up where everybody's place was in that episode. Well, I guess that episode for sure. There is an episode I told you about where not to give away. I guess it's been out long enough. Where Sugar is having her baby. That episode took me. It took at least the whole left side of my edges completely. Because as a gal who knows, I also have. So my mother is overly loving. So she's not a Donna. She's not a Dee Dee. But sometimes that over loving can be very helicoptery, and it can be very, sometimes you just don't want it. So to know that I thought, oh yeah, I'll be able to handle my pregnancy by myself. And then at the last minute, like, I think I need my mom. And then we had to like write, I had to have my doctors write a medical note making her my health advisor or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that she could give it to her job, so that she could just, like, she has to take off. It's like, you know, there is no, like, this is not a request. This is a medical emergency, and this person is the advisor for, you know, blah, blah, blah. So we had to do all this stuff so that my mom could come up here for like a week with me. And as much as I thought that she was going to drive me up a wall, because my mom be just doing too much sometimes. You know my mom. She be doing too much sometimes. But she was like the very thing that I needed in that moment, because she understood, just like how, that's what I was saying with Dee Dee, understanding that in that moment, sometimes it's not about you being yourself, but what that person needs. And my mom was kind of the same way, where she really tamed herself to like make sure that she was there for what I needed, because she understood the like nuance of what was happening with the pregnancy and stuff like that. So yeah, I boohooed and cried that whole episode. And there is an episode where I don't want to ruin it for you because I'm ahead of you, but there is another really big family fight that, like, again, now my right side of my edges are gone. So, so the candor and the language and the shots taken when this family is fighting is so real to me, because I come from a family where we hit below the belt when we're fighting, i.e. why I don't argue with people anymore, because I was like, that is a behavior that needs to be checked, and I checked that at a very young age. I was very cognizant of that, and when I went to college, I was a very calm soul. But in my early years, my sisters, I have a sister that's 2 years above me and one right under me. The fighting, the cussing, the hair snatching, nail breaking, and boxing that we did, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So their family fights always felt like so intense for me, because it reminded me of like what I used to run away from. Like when my household would get hectic like that, I would go and hide at my friend's house 2 houses down. And so they have some really intense yelling matches that I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like,
yeah.
If that happened in my house, we would have been on the phone rolling by now. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe the show in general, is authentic and to the culinary culture.
Cause you to reflect like that.
I was gonna say, to the culinary culture, to the Chicago culture, to you know, the family dynamics. Everything's done with a level of authenticity and intentionality. So I love that.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how far you are. Yeah, there's one more. Yeah, that scene fucked me up too. But I don't know how far you are. But Carmi has to come in contact with the individual that he's sought for a while, and that scene fucked me up too.
Oh yeah, I saw that. But what you could say, what about it you like so much though?
It shows the humanness of the impact that it reminds you about how much power you give people in your mind, you know. And it's kind of like the trauma of like kids and their parents, and you be like, you have a moment in your mind where they like really had you fucked up, you know, and it gauges how you think of your parents and how you think of yourself and how you operate in the future. And then when you're an adult, you finally go back to your parent and you say, you know, I remember when you did X, Y, and Z, and and it made me feel. And they be like, I ain't do that. You like, what?
It's literally
yes, you did.
It's literally Talladega Nights. He was like, he said, if you're not first, you're last. He said, I didn't say that. He's like, what? I lived my whole life by that. He said, I was high. you can be second, you can be third. but no, that's the truth though.
Literally, you don't realize personally, we don't sometimes realize personally how much an experience molds us. And then as adults, we obviously we realize that something obviously got a hold on us, and we try to work through the mental capacity of releasing that control from us. So for Carmi to have that moment where he, you know, was explaining where he was at with it, and that mother was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, fight his ass. Run him over.
Yeah, you're right. No, that's the last episode I watched, and another reason.
Live it for him. I was like, what? Yeah.
Another reason that Abrisha is always gonna be faster than me, because I love watching reactions after the episodes. So I'm only watching one channel, so usually I watch like multiple. But so I just saw that episode last night, but I was looking forward to reliving that scene through the reaction, because I was like, how is this about to go? But then you're right. You're so right. It was just like, things can be big in your mind that people is not even in their mind.
Literally, that nigga was like, well,
sit up, see you later.
hey, yo. We have a season and a half built after this moment. And he was like, all right. Yeah.
So yeah, great show. So we'll obviously the final season dropped recently, so a lot of people are probably in the bear mode, which is why we just want to talk about it. But we'll wrap this up probably in the next month for me, probably in the next few weeks for Abrisha, and maybe we'll chop it up after it's all said and done. But we want to talk about the bear because we love this. So that's it. We gonna head out and check out the bear if y'all didn't check it out.
Yeah, peace out. Bessie, tell them to check out the bear. Say, check out the bear. Say, check out the bear. She's the bear. All right, good night.
Yeah.